Anybody from the power plant you pegged that this was going to be a big star and it
Well,
didn't
I'm gonna
work
tell
out?
you one thing we did miss. Uh, Cena. He sent a tape in. Bob Sapp sent a tape in. We got Bob Sapp to the school. I was trying to get Cena to the school. Then he lived in Los Angeles. You
Mhm.
know, blah blah blah. Long story short, they didn't let me get him. So, uh, yeah, they cut me off at the pass. They raked my eyes. What the hell?
Anybody though you thought was going to be a big star that you trained that for some reason just didn't become one?
Well, Bob Sapp is definitely one because he's three. He was 330, man. Uh, him and Bill was supposed to be the next big thing, but I think Everett was worried about how green Bill is as far as leading a match,
Hmm.
putting them two in together. If they let me kind of manage Bill, I could have got him in the right direction, but that wasn't going to happen. So
You mentioned Brian Clark a lot.
yeah, there he is.
You're CFO. That's me and Brian.
Oh, is
That's
it?
me. Yep.
Oh, wow, that is cool.
1993. Yeah,
That's cool.
1993. Yeah.
Well, make sure you
Yeah,
get on
I
his
was
ass, okay? Because I give him a hard time every time I talk to him.
Yeah, it was 1993.
Uh, Funny story about Brian, and because I know I'm going to go ahead and have to tell you because he's going to tell you. We ended up on a tour together. We ended up rooming together, and I don't know what we had to drink that night. I wasn't a big drinker. I didn't go to the bar. Look, when Flair was buying shit, yeah, I went to the bar and got some food, had a couple beers, went back to bed, and got up to the gym next morning. But me and Brian went on a thing. We drank a few beers. I don't know how many. And so I was asleep in the room and I wake up, no Brian. I'm like, what the hell? And I looked underneath the bed and all that shit. And I don't know Brian. So I went down to the front desk. I said, uh, I used wrath then, but she goes, oh, he had to get another room. So he said you were snoring too loud. I went, oh my God, I'm never going to hear the end of that. It's just too funny. Yeah.
How'd you get along with Eric Bischoff?
I got along with him. I mean, I'm gonna try to be politically correct. Uh, yes, he killed all my gimmicks, but overall, I got along with Eric. I get along with him to this day. I went to an indie show and he was there at it, and Teddy Long was there, and blah blah blah. I still get along with Teddy. I get along with Eric, but I was like, damn, I trained half the people at WCW. I trained a quarter of the people at WWE, and why come I not making more money? So anyway, that's just an ongoing rib. When I see him, I
Right.
just throw that out there for him to hear it. He just laughs. Sarge, you looking good. Okay, Eric, I got you. Sure, pal.
Were you at WCW till the end?
Yes.
Were you at the last
And
Nitro?
no, I didn't go to the last Nitro. We were in this power plant at the office, and the armed guards come in, and then they were supposed to be announcing what was supposed to be about moving to Mandalay. That was Eric's deal, and the uh, the HR person for Warner didn't show up. Time Warner didn't show up. The other people showed up and said, "Hey, today's the last day for you. Boxes will be provided for you, and we will go through your stuff as you leave." They wouldn't let me take pictures of Andre the Giant. I had a whole wall, couple walls, because I was in one office, and I didn't get any of it, man. Always thought that was wrong, but some of that wasn't WCW stuff, so that was all Japan, and
Right.
different things I had stuff from, but crazy business,
Did they give you any
crazy.
notice? Any warning?
No, no, none, none. I went from having a pretty good job to having no job. And but you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And people, when I told you I was doing construction with Jody,
Hmm.
5 days a week, and then doing that's true. I've always had a construction job. It's always laid me on my feet. I managed a building one building LEED Gold. I don't know if you know what that means. Solar panels, white TPO roof, everything energy efficient, everything blah 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 that you got to do to get gold. And but I've always had that job, and I wasn't afraid to fall back on it.
Right.
I mean, I remember when I was little, my dad was a construction guy. He had his own company. I remember when I couldn't carry a third of a bundle of shingles up. Next thing you know, by the time the end of it, I was carrying three bundles up. So, but yeah, I've always had something, and I always taught people, try to tell people, you got to have a backup because you never know in this business. They change bookers.
Right.
Fortunately, I survived every booker, but sometimes you're gonna rub somebody the wrong way, and it ain't gonna be fair, and it's gonna happen.